Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and in today's video we're going to have a look at the latest from the live radar. Then we'll run through many short range models, have a look at the potential for some thunderstorms this weekend and into the start of next week. We have a big warm plume of air coming up from the south, not only bringing temperatures into the mid-20s for quite a few, but also the potential for big thunderstorms. And there could be a number of thunderstorm events coming up and a lot of potential over the next 5 days or so. So have a look at that in a lot of detail for most of the video, and then we'll finish the video by having a look at the GFS and the ensembles as well, just to keep up to date with what's happening in the mid to long range. But I think most people will be very much wanting to pay attention to what is going on over the next 5 days, as it could be very warm but also very lively with these storms. So remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe, and remember to follow me on Twitter as well. The link's in the description. So you start by having a look at the live radar. You can see nothing really is going on at the moment. You can see a few showers across Scotland and into maybe the far northeast of England as well, and that is as those westerly winds start to ease, as high pressure builds up from the south with much warmer air masses. You can see over the course of near Europe, near continent into Europe, you can see a few showers and storms breaking out as that warm plume is heading northwards. And we'll have, as I said, a lot look at this in a lot of detail in a minute, looking at the Cape charts, wind charts, and upper air temperatures, pressure, and of course the precipitation as well. If we do briefly just have a look at the temperatures at the moment, so you can see the warmest air across, of course, North Africa into Spain and southern parts of France. Elsewhere across northwest Europe into the UK, it's getting towards that high teens, low 20s, in around 19, 20 degrees across many parts of England, into northern England, East Anglia, parts of Wales, and a lot of Ireland and Republic of Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, and Scotland a little bit chillier, but it is gradually warming up there, and these temperatures will be on the rise. Wouldn't be surprised to see some reds mixing in here over the coming days as we get up into mid to high 20s. So now if we do have a look at the thunderstorm potential, now if we do start on Meteo Seal, it's got more access to more sort of short range models, so have a look at this in a lot of detail. So we do start by having a look at the pressure from Meteo Seal. This is much smaller scale than we normally have a look at, much more detailed, but I'll explain where the thunderstorm potential is. So you can see westerly winds at the moment, and we see those isobars starting to stretch out and come less frequent over the next 12 to 24 hours, and that is high pressure building up from the south with much warmer air masses coming in. Now you can see as we head into Saturday evening, there is potential for a few thundery showers popping off in the far south and southwest, but local thunderstorms. Again, not massive systems, and some runs are not showing up at all, but we'll have a look at that in the precipitation charts in a minute. But very interesting, we're starting to see something potentially through Sunday evening into Monday. You can see the isobars tighten again through Sunday evening, and that's drawing up even hotter air from the south. And through Sunday evening to early hours of Monday, you see this little kink here in the isobars. That is a small little trough in the flow. You see all southerly winds, and then there's an area where those isobars are distorted, and that's a little trough of low pressure. And that is going to give lift to some of these storms through central southern England through Sunday night into Monday morning. And this is a feature we do need to keep an eye on, and it tracks northwards and northeastwards before filling in. But it also brings in a lot hotter air as well. So if we do look at those temperatures on a local scale, you can see pretty chilly at the moment in upper air conditions, especially further northwards in around the freezing point. But you can see those warmer temperatures are gathering steam through tomorrow afternoon, 6-7 degrees at 850 HPA. As we head through Saturday evening, we start to see that warmer plume head up, and that's why there's potential for thunderstorms through Saturday evening and through Sunday as that hotter air arrives, or warmer air at least, and it's through early hours of Monday we see a proper plume, and you can see just these more beige colours moving up temporarily in the southeast. That plume there within the little low pressure system could fuel these showers and storms, giving temperatures into the mid-20s through Sunday and Monday and into Tuesday as well, but also the threat of storms. Now if we do have a look at Cape, so this is surface-based Cape, so well, yeah, you can see SB, surface based. So this is, if you don't know, this is the total amount of potential energy, or CAPE is the convective available potential energy. Surface based CAPE is the amount of energy, potential energy for a parcel of air originating at the surface. So if you've got air at the surface, this is how much energy is available for it to rise in convection. And this is important for pop-up storms, where we have big convective afternoons. We do tend to see in the summer. But if we run through this, you can see CAPE not particularly high through Saturday evening. Through Sunday, a little bit of CAPE popping off in Wales, so we could be seeing some storms popping off there. But as we head through Sunday into Monday, you can see there's not a lot of CAPE, really, across the UK. Near continent, quite a bit of CAPE, but the UK, not so much. But if we have a look at the most unstable CAPE, which is, it represents the total amount of potential energy for the most unstable parcel of air. So when you've got unstable air, this is the amount of energy required. So with the surface base, that gives lift. So that's the amount of energy you can get with just little convective storms. But the the most unstable CAPE tends to, where we already have unstable air, where we already have little low pressure systems, this is the energy available to that. So with this small low pressure system we have through Sunday into Monday, it'll be very, very interesting to see if we do have any most unstable CAPE. Now, spoilers, we do. As I run through, you can see nothing too crazy through Saturday, but as we head through Sunday into Sunday evening to Monday, you see some most unstable CAPE heads into the far southeast within that small low pressure system. So it's not surface based CAPE. So this means they're most likely going to be elevated storms. So storms that are much higher up in the atmosphere. So not the traditional storms that could be 100 feet, a couple hundred feet in the air. These could be 1,000 feet in the air or more. Very high up in the atmosphere. So again, precipitation is going to be very iffy with that, because if we get a dry layer of air, we can see a lot more evaporation. So precipitation amounts aren't too high, but then there could also be frequent lightning. So we do need to keep an eye on this. These sort of charts just show the type of storms we could be seeing. So elevated storms, and when we have these greens, it means the potential is there. But of course, because this is most unstable CAPE, it's not giving any lift at the surface. So we're going to have to see this low pressure develop. We're going to have to see some thunderstorm development over the UK, and this sort of CAPE is going to keep it going, keep that unstable air, keep it going with a lot of energy. So if we do finally, just for the WRF, have a look at the precipitation, just the raw precipitation and what it's showing. So you can see through Friday into Saturday, precipitation just easing across northern areas. So through Saturday, a really nice day actually, very little precipitation at all. Through Saturday evening, as I said, could be a few pop-up showers and storms, maybe in the far southwest, heading northwards through Sunday morning. Some people are making a lot out of this, but you can see the WRF isn't as much. But we'll have a look at the other models in a minute to compare. And you can see through Sunday evening, you can see a few pop-up showers across northwest parts of Wales and northern Wales in general, and that is that surface-based CAPE that we were having a look at. And then you can see those through Sunday evening into early hours of Monday, big storms breaking out in central southern England to the southeast, and that's that most unstable CAPE interacting with the lower pressure, and we see big showers and storms break out, and again, more widespread precipitation. So it could be one of these scenarios where we see big thunderstorm outbreaks across northern France. They cross the channel, giving some lightning and thundery activity to central southern England before they generally fill out into just a general band of heavier, maybe torrential rain. And that's the sort of scenario we could be seeing here. But again, all depends on what happens with the development in the afternoon, whether we do see these storms pop off. Because if we do, they will last where we have that most unstable CAPE, but won't outside of that. So we'll just have to see how it does set up. One other thing I do want to have a look at is the SRH. So again, if you don't know what the SRH is, this is basically the storm relative helicity. So this is updraft rotation and general sort of uplift of the storms, and we're having a look at this from 0 to 1 kilometers at the surface. Probably should actually have a look at it 0 to 3 kilometers. We'll have a look at that actually instead, because again, these storms are more likely to be elevated, so we're more having a lift and shear higher up in the atmosphere. High levels of this would indicate more rotation with the storms, more intense storms, and more likely to be seeing maybe supercells or tornadoes. Now, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything with these storms, as we'll see in a minute, but there is still some shear there, meaning we're going to see some intense storms potentially with this. You see nothing too crazy through Sunday afternoon, but as we headed through into early hours on Monday, you can see increased shear and updrafts across East Anglia, southeast England. Again, locally, you see that wind direction changing a lot, and that could be the boundary where we see storms. So again, these little areas where these storms could break out can shift, or could disappear, or could intensify. And it is just something we do need to keep an eye on over the course of this weekend. So if you are looking for storms, these are sort of charts you need to be having a look at the moment. Potentially encouraging for the southeast for early hours of Monday. Any storms through Saturday into Sunday, less likely at this stage, but there is potential there. So if we do have a look at what the ARPEGE is showing. Now, again, if we do have a look at the most unstable cape for the ARPEGE run, again, shows it in a slightly different format, but again, you can see through Sunday evening, cape, most unstable cape, starts to come up from the south, and we see again increased amounts in central southern England, perhaps further westwards as well into the southeast. So again, you can see the most is actually just offshore, more towards northern France. So it could be one of these scenarios where we see some clippers, some Kent clippers, where we see heavy storms, big storms just off the coast. But again, we'll have to see how it does play out. If we do have a look at the precipitation for this as well, again, it has less options here for the charts, but we'll have a look at precipitation, and you can see through Saturday afternoon, few showers maybe in the far southeast through Sunday morning, the far southwest through Sunday morning. Again, nothing too intense showing here, but it's through Sunday afternoon, showers and storms start to break out from the south, a bit more widespread than the WRF was making, and then you see another push of heavy showers and storms through early hours of Monday as we see that cape interacting with that small low pressure system, giving heavy precipitation. And you can see storms breaking out within a wider band of rain, and that's what we're likely to see. All this precipitation will not be storms, but the most likely scenario is storms pop off, we see a wider area of rain, and we see storms embedded within a wider area of precipitation. And then eventually, once those storms move out of the area of cape, move out of the shear, we do see them sort of decrease in intensity and just a wider area of precipitation. So if you do now have a look at the UK Met Office run, the model we normally have a look at, so we can compare what it was showing yesterday to what it's showing today. Now we have to have a look at more models as well. So you can see precipitation across the north is decreasing over the course of this afternoon. And as we head through the evening into tomorrow, you can see quite a decent day Saturday. A few showers and storms potentially popping off in the far southwest through Saturday evening, even spreading into the southeast through Saturday evening into early hours of Sunday. So the UK Met Office run making a lot more of the storm potential through Saturday into early hours of Sunday. Very interesting there, again seeing these heavy showers and storms breaking out in a wider area of rain. Now those spread away, and we see a few storms and showers through Sunday across parts of northern Wales, and then through Sunday evening, major storm outbreak with heavy rain and big thunderstorms through that southeast into East Anglia region. So although the UK Met Office run is making more of the Saturday night into Sunday events than the other two runs were, or the other two models, it does follow on with the other two models for early hours of Monday. Slightly different timings, the other runs have it slightly a few hours later, but big showers and storms moving up into the southeast, into East Anglia through early hours of Monday, before heading northwards, turning into a wide area of precipitation. From Monday out the evening to Tuesday, we see precipitation move in, and through Tuesday evening into Monday, we see another area of very unstable air, and we see more big thunderstorms breaking out with a weather front with low pressure running in, so cooler air running into very warm, moist air. And again, we have a look at that, the upper air temperatures. You can see the 15-degree isotherm, 13, 14, 15-degree isotherm just to our east, much cooler air running in, and that boundary, we're seeing a thunderstorm breakdown. So very, very interesting seeing this from the UK Met Office run. So there is multiple multiple thunderstorm potential here, multiple days of thunderstorm potential. So all eyes have got to be on these models over the coming days. Now, one thing we haven't focused on in this video is the temperatures, because yes, there's going to be thunderstorms around. There's going to be quite a few days where we could be seeing thunderstorms, but the temperatures are also going to be very warm, so where we do avoid thunderstorms and rain and these showers, which some areas will. Undoubtedly, there is going to be a lot of showers and storms around, but it's not going to be for everyone. Some areas will escape it entirely, and some people may be lucky just seeing mid-20s for the next 5 days or so. So you can see the afternoon, you can see many areas getting to the high teens, low 20s, where we've seen sunshine. Tomorrow into Saturday, we do see temperatures rise even higher, more into the low 20s and around that 20 to 23 degree mark, peak temperatures in the East Anglia into southeast England. And then as we head into Sunday, you can see again big area of warmer conditions across central southern England into the southwest, widely 20 to 25 degrees, looking very pleasant. Elsewhere, high teens further northwards. And as we head into Monday, more variable temperatures with more precipitation across the north as we see those thunderstorms overnight turn into a wider band across Scotland, much cooler there, but for central southern England into the low 20s, and very similar into Tuesday, maybe even higher, 23 to 26 degrees quite widely. Elsewhere, low 20s, very, very warm indeed. So yes, it's not going to be thunderstorms for all, but where we avoid those thunderstorms most likely will be pretty warm, warmest conditions of the year so far. So regardless where you are over the next 5 days, we're going to be seeing some very interesting weather. You're either going to be seeing showers and storms, or you're going to be seeing the warmest and sunniest weather. So yeah, it depends on what sort of weather you do enjoy. But of course, these thunderstorms are very difficult to predict. You can see all the models, yes, showing similar patterns, but sort of 10 miles for a thunderstorm can make a massive difference, and we're not really going to be able to forecast that. It's going to be a nowcast situation, so please do make sure you stay up to date with your radar if you are looking at these storms, and of course stay up to date with the videos as well. And I'm sure there will be sufficient information from the Met Office, and of course there could be also some warnings around as well. So we do now finish the video by having a look at the GFS, and then we'll have a look at the ensembles. Run through this very quickly. Now you can see high pressure building in over the coming days, low pressure running in off the Atlantic, and that's giving these bits of unstable air for thunderstorm potential. Low pressure does try and win out, but high pressure does topple back in for around day 10 before we see a bit of a northerly flow, but high pressure is still in control from the GFS run, so perhaps a little bit cooler, but a lot drier with the air direction coming in from the north. So looking very good. Not too bad at all, not massively westerly, not massively unsettled, but still showing these warm, thundery activity for the next sort of week or so before turning drier, but perhaps a little bit cooler, but still around or above average. Now, if we do have a look at the ensemble, see what they're showing. If we start with the GFS, you see we're now into the period of well above average conditions. It's finally arrived, this very warm air, and it's going to continue for the next 5 days, potentially even longer. Bit of uncertainty around day 7. Some of the models are turning to around or slightly below average, others staying well above average. And that is something that is still yet to be determined. Longer term, still generally around average, but you can see over the next 5 days we've got big precipitation spikes at times, and this is where more widespread shower activity is expected, where there could also be some storms. But yeah, looking very warm over the next 5 days or so. And longer term, quite a lot of precipitation around, so no massive definitive dry signal like the GFS was trying to show, but not massive washout conditions either. Now, if you have a look at the 2 meter temperatures, you can see very high over the next 5 days. Again, ensembles, and they are lower resolution, so they are a good few degrees below the max temperatures, but they're all into the low 20s, around that 22, 23, 24 degree mark. So very warm, and we could, as I said, see temperatures maybe peak 26, 27, 28 degrees if we do avoid storm activity in the south. We could see those really warm conditions. If we do also compare to the ECMWF, the midnight run, again very warm over the next 5 to 7 days, looking really pleasant, and then returning to around average in the longer term, but still slightly above average. Precipitation signal is quite high, but again there are 50 ensemble members, so we are going to be seeing more precipitation from these this ensemble chart. But you can see again, Precipitation spikes now appearing for the 15th into the 16th of May, 16th into the 17th of May, and again 18th, 19th of May. These are the times where we could be seeing big shower activity, maybe persistent bands of rain, but of course for the south it's more likely to be showery thunderstorm outbreaks. So it's looking very interesting over the next week. If you are looking forward to some warmer, hotter weather, we've got that, but if you're also looking for some precipitation, we're going to be seeing that for many areas. And if you're also looking for thunderstorms, there's a decent chance a few areas could see some relatively lively thunderstorms. Again, thunderstorms are so difficult to predict. I can't say anywhere is definitively going to be getting storms, but if you're in the south and especially the east, there is a higher chance. There's multiple events coming up, so I'm pretty sure at least one of them will come off in terms of seeing some sorts of proper storm activity. So we'll have to keep an eye on this, so make sure you stay tuned to the videos, and of course keep up to date with the Met Office and their weather warnings if we do see warnings put out. Again, we'll have to see a bit more consistency from the models until I think the UK Met Office does put any warnings out, and of course stay up to date to the radar if you do have plans, because that of course is the best forecast method. Seeing those reds in the south coming up from the north of France, which indicates thunderstorms coming our way. So do get a radar. Use the Weather Channel radar that I used in this video. You can get that on any phone. Again, very good radar that just, again, can help you see if there is any storm activity at the moment. Because, of course, nowcast with storms is the best form of forecasting, really. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.